Good afternoon everybody. I thought I would do a video which I don't think I have ever done before, and it is a house tour. I've never even included one of these in any of my vlogs, so there is a first time for everything. We have lived in this house for the best part of 8 years now, so that is amazing how quick the time has gone since I remember us putting a reservation down for the house, and then the day after that we actually put the deposit down, and then we moved in a month later. So without further ado, let's get right into this and I will show you what this house has been giving us for the last 7 years. Our house is a 3-bedroom house. We bought it back in 2018, but at the time it had no grass, and it was relayed when the weather got colder, but a little bit sooner rather than the time that we actually wanted it. And it is also an end terrace house. Do you see where I took the time to make it look more personalised? Because every other door is pretty much the same, so I wanted to paint ours a bright colour. As you can see, naturally, when you walk in through the door, this is our hallway. We have a downstairs toilet because every new build now has to have a downstairs toilet, so we actually got lucky, and actually kind of nice to have a downstairs toilet. And then we have a storage closet. This is where pretty much some of our shoes go. Well, actually most of our shoes. It's probably one of the only places that I can stick them. And then we step into the kitchen, which is a little bit cluttered at the minute, but it is obviously a house that's in use all the time and is always very well loved. My kitchen's never really felt massively big, but it was bigger than the kitchen that I had in my flat. So having all these bits on the side, the everyday stuff, we've got our coffee machine, we've got our air fryer, which we absolutely love. And these were the worktops, and that was all fitted into the house when we bought it, and these were the colours that we chose. I have a feeling down the line we'll probably end up having a refurb of the kitchen. I feel like this space can be utilised and made bigger by shrinking down the table, which would mean that we'd have to get rid of that table and just replace it with a smaller one. But then again, space. I like space. And then we come into our living room, which is ironically at the back of the house, not the front of the house, which is like a traditional British home, is where your kitchen's at the back and your lounge is at the front. But not here, no, not in this new build. We have another closet here, which there's a lot of junk in there that still needs sorting out, even after Carl's took most of it out to go back to his new wagon. We have 2 of our snakes here. So here is Zippy and Dave, who both ate at the weekend, and it was this one who decided to bite me the other day. Thankfully for me, there was no venom. When we originally viewed the show home, there was actually a dining room table in this corner of the room, and the settee was forward, which really shrunk the room. We didn't want to do that. That's why the table is in the kitchen, and we got another settee and used that space for that. However, that's probably going to change in the future because we're looking at bringing all 4 Vivs into this lounge, hacking off that settee, replace it with a couple of armchairs, and possibly be able to have more room for the Christmas tree when that comes back out in December. Then naturally we have a lot of Swarovski crystals here, which we like to have on display quite a lot. And now as we head upstairs, one of these bedrooms is without a doubt my favourite. This is a 3-bedroom house, so we actually have the back bedroom, which is where Hetty and Butterscotch are currently living, which could still change down the line. Now, they're not out at the minute, they're both hiding away, but this is where they hide. And this is a smaller bedroom, which I still want to put a small single sofa bed into this corner here, so that we can have guests staying, as long as they're not too worried about sleeping with snakes. This is our bedroom. It is not the biggest bedroom, this is the master, but it's not very big. In the corner we've got one of the cat towers because the cats do like sleeping with us at night. There's actually a TV there and a tall boy because that is literally all we can get into this bedroom, so it's not the biggest of spaces, I have to say. We do have an ensuite bathroom right here, so there's the shower and just sink and toilet, and this is very convenient, especially when you don't have to walk across the house to get to the other bathroom, and the fact that we have a bath and a shower and they're separate is actually really nice. It makes a nice change. Here is what they would call the family bathroom, which obviously the cats come in here to poop, and I did paint it to make it feel a bit more homelier than just plain walls all the time. And there's just basically a toilet there, your sink and your tub and the cat litter. And a lot of aftershave that we have as well. We still need to sift through all of that, but I did a little bit of tinkering in here once and just made it look really pretty. Another storage cupboard, which is above the staircase. Of course it's filled with our crap and mostly our holiday things in here, but mostly crap. And now for my favourite room in the house, with a massive wardrobe, as you can see here. But this is my pride of place, my corner, which I absolutely love. There's a tree. What I am hoping to do here is get a neon light here and put it up, and it'll have my YouTube name on it, which will be changing in September after my partner and I have got married. Mabel loves it in here as well. But I love how this room has turned out so far. I still need some tweaking. I'm hoping to turn that into a seat. I just need to find a cushion for it that can go straight across and you can just sit on it, which I think is a really cool idea. But however, my main focus at the minute is getting that neon light. And if anybody wants to like help me with that, then my rev tag is actually below, and anything to help get it, I would love it. You do not have to, and I'm definitely not fishing. But with my wedding coming up, I obviously need to focus on getting that sorted out first. But you know, it's the little pleasures in life, because it's not only that neon light that I want in here, but I also want to get another one for the wedding. So there is that to save up for. And the people that have been following in the very beginning on my Instagram have actually made a really nice deal for me, which I definitely need to take them up on that before it expires. They haven't said that it'll be an expired deal, they just told me that when I need to order it so that it can be in time for the wedding and that. So I'm hoping the same thing will apply if I decide to go ahead with this light. So if anybody wants to help towards that, I would be so grateful. And to our very generous back garden, because it's a corner house, you get more space, which is a bonus. And actually, I need to repaint that bench because it's not supposed to be green, it's supposed to be seagrass, which is like a bluey colour. But I'm actually happy at the size of our garden as well. And there it is, all to the back gate. I'm actually really happy with our house and the fact that we got very lucky. So that's the end of the house tour. I hope you've really enjoyed it. Here, many vlogs have been created, edited, produced, and it's no place like home. I'm actually very happy with us both living here. You never know, in the future we may end up moving to a new house, but I think because we've rooted everything down where we want it to be, I can't see us leaving anytime soon. Would love it if you hit subscribe and like the video. That's always appreciated, and I will see you guys real soon. Bye for now.